Hey guys, Rex here. I just want to give you kind of a little bit of an update. I was talking about this with a few friends, and today we just got back here. I just literally sat down from a big supply run to the big town, getting a few hundred more pounds of long grain white rice. Why would I be doing that? I already got enough for a long time. It's something you can mix in with everything else. I can get a lot of American grown crops here, but where I'm at, they're not going to be growing rice anytime soon, probably. I mean, they do it experimentally or whatever, right? But the shipping situation is subject to potential real bad bottlenecks again. And if you guys remember what happened in the last couple years, but right now in the United States, we kind of went to sleep on that again because I don't think, for the most part, the United States stuff is kind of back to normal and stuff is kind of picking back up here. But over in China, what you're seeing is a lot of the ships that would be hauling stuff across the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, from all kinds of countries, not just China, guys. They're queued up in line, waiting to drop off containers and pick up loaded ones and coming back and forth across the ocean, crisscrossing all different countries. So what's happening in China right now, and I'll show you a picture of this is the backlog of shipping containers. I'm not trying to scare anybody. It's one of those kind neighborly reminders like, hey man, just be aware of this stuff. I don't know if you guys have tools. A lot of tools are made not in the United States that people buy. I'm looking at a lot of like steel blades, because one is none, two is one is kind of a rule, right? You always need pace planning for all your stuff. Primary, alternate, contingency, emergency, right? So when it comes to critical items, like I have a bunch of these silky saws, the Katana Boy Silkies. They're actually, I think, made in Japan. But when you have stuff like this happen, if you don't have it, you don't have it, period. You are your own resupply. We're right possibly on the precipice of like global war again. First time since like right when World War II started. We might arguably be right in the beginning phases. I don't know. But all I do know is that, hey, if you have, disposable income at the moment, and you're going to have to buy these tools eventually anyways, my theory is to buy them while the dollar is still kind of worth something. The dollar is crashing like a comet coming out of the sky. It's like, I don't know, it's not that the price of fuel or gasoline or metals and all these other things are just going up. Those have intrinsic value, really. I'm not a financial guy or advisor on that, but common sense would dictate. Those things have a fixed value. The purchasing power of the dollar is like getting way, way, way less. And so while I have all my hard-earned, money from the last few years, I figure if I invest in tools now, instruments now, make an investment to the future operations of what I'm doing. In my case, I can tell you, I do rifle stuff, right? I'm a rifle guy. I do training and I do a lot of reviews and a lot of science stuff related to this topic. So I know which parts of the industry here are being affected the most by shipping container bottlenecks. Because unfortunately, a lot of this stuff, like when you look at rifles, for example, this is America's rifle right here. This is a Midwest Industries. That's made in America. This mount here, I believe, is made in America. It says American Defense on it, so I would assume that's American. The sling is a Vikings Tactics, right, or whatever. Made in America. I try, if it's possible, to find something that's reasonable. Made in America. It's usually real good quality too, right? So I do that. But there are some parts of the industry, unfortunately, that we don't make this stuff anymore. And even the stuff that is made in America now, in terms of when you get into the instruments, if you're looking at scientific tools, I don't have them laying right here. They're over here behind the thing. But I got a lux meter. I got a lot of the circuit components of different testing tools. I got big vise that I use. A lot of the measuring equipment I use for a lot of my experiment type stuff. The components, it might be assembled in America, but the components ain't, right? And when you're looking at most of your sporting optics, that's a big part of what I'm familiar with. I got a lot of different brands that I like or whatever. This is a Primary Arms. That's a Vortex back here. I got Well, it's still in the box. I got an arc in here. What do I got here? Your red dots. A lot of your mounts and stuff are not made here. Now, I don't know. This one I think might be made here. I don't see it on here. It's hard to keep up with all the different stuff and where it's made anymore with the global economy and the global market. But I'm telling you, there are certain things that if you need tools and the dollar's going down, right? And availability potentially is about to go way down. And then potentially, what's the point of buying all these special tools? What if that thing that you're preparing for actually would happen? Now you have zero movement, nothing. All you have is what you got. And if I was to break this optic right here, do I have another one of these? This is the primary arms 2.5 to 10 GLX, right? I don't know if you guys see that. Nice scope. I rattle can them. The paint even is hard to find because of stuff that goes into the rattle cans, right? What kind of paint is that, Rex? I don't remember. What do I got on the shelf? I have Rust-Oleum, I have Krylon, I have some kind of cowboy mixture. I can't read the label on it. Some kind of local hardware, from Ace Hardware mixture. But like even the paints and the lubricants and stuff like that, there's a lot of components that go into those things that are from overseas, right? And so availability of one deal happens, where it gets pinched off and the whole product, like you've seen with the cars, well, they have a shortage of chips. I always wonder, well, why don't we make mechanical cars again and make them here, right? That's my idea, but that probably wouldn't happen because of laws. And it's illegal to build stuff in America now, guys. You guys know that, right? Like, you want to start a manufacturing deal? Good luck. Between all the different, laws and regulations and the cost of labor now, because we're not a working class country as hard as we were during the Industrial Revolution, right? So, you can buy some things that are made in America, but you're going to pay for them. You get into a complex optic like this, it's going to be instead of being, what is this thing? Maybe $500 to $1,000. It's going to be $5,000 or $10,000 if they were going to try to make something like this here, right? So those type of things would be wise to buy now. I have a buddy who just got a new milling machine because some of that stuff is made over there, right? Some of the affordable stuff. Another buddy got a big lathe. They're buying it now. People with tractor parts, buying it right now. Large shipping, different plastics and things like that, buying it now. I'd say in my sector, what I know about scope mounts and optics, if you don't have what you need, you probably better make sure you have at least redundancy planning there. So that's something. And that's one of those deals too, when you're looking at your tools, you want to make sure you don't get something so ridiculously overpriced to where you price yourself out of your pace planning and you can't have a primary and an alternate. I got a few of these. So if this one breaks down, my replacement, I have every single part, replacement part for the scope. Because I have 2 of them, see? Or if I have 3 of them, some of the scopes here I have 3 or 4 or 5 of the same scope for replacement, because it's a fragile instrument, compared to some of the other stuff, right? So that's something to be aware of. I do have, and this is just for my portion of the industry. If you guys are looking for any accessories or any of that kind of stuff, any kind of optics, I usually have Rex codes. I think if you go to Optics Planet, you can use the code Rex. I think they have a discount usually there. Sometimes they have a shipping deal. Primary arms, they usually give you a pretty good discount there, I think 10% off. Use the code Rex there. Arkin Optics, they got the, what's this? This is a new EP5 here. I just pulled it out of the box. My other one's busy right now. But these are really good precision rifle scopes. Incredible for the money. I got the Rex 170 code for that one. And I'll post these below. That's $170 off that scope if you buy it with the combo pack, which has the mount, which is not made here, unfortunately, but the mount and all the accessories that come with it, the scope caps and all that stuff. So I'll leave as many different places below with different discount codes if you're looking for rifle stuff or optics or anything like that. grab it now, okay? Even look it up, find the best deals you can find wherever you go. It doesn't matter to me, but like find what you can to make sure you got your stuff covered with pace planning. I normally don't like to like beat a dead horse, but I do understand that there's new viewers, and I do understand that sometimes, like I'm surprised, sometimes I talk to guys who know these things, and it's like, it's easy to procrastinate, and then pretty soon a year passes by and your plan was to have pace planning, or your plan was to have a year's worth of food or water catchment, right? Or your plan was to have a plan, but like, we keep so busy. So I'm just here giving you a kind reminder. Hey, get your plans in order. Get your systems in order, right? Your survival systems, all the different ones you have, food, water, shelter, protection, all that kind of business, right? All your tools in order. If you need your rifle stuff, stuff that you can't build in your backyard. I couldn't build this Vortex, which model is that, PST? I couldn't build that it's a Strike Eagle. That one's the Strike Eagle. I'm trying to look through the camera here. I can't build that in my yard, man. Like, as much as I would try, it would not be as good, and it'd be way, way cheaper to just buy stuff that's made while it's available before all the stuff shuts it down. Not just bottlenecks it, but shuts it down. So I'll share links below. Of course, I got my favorites or whatever, but just be advised, hey, like, this deal ain't over yet, man. Don't go to sleep. Don't be that one that didn't have your oil ready, if you know what I'm saying, on that deal too, right? The actual important stuff in life. How much oil do you got to burn when this stuff happens? What's your spiritual momentum? That's a big deal, okay? So have that stuff kind of going. I don't think anyone should be watching too much sports ball games right now. If you can't tell, stuff is fixing to get a little challenging. So check it out, dig it. Get your stuff ready to go. I'm trying to be positive, man. You can be negative about it. You can be positive. I'm trying to be positive. That's my style. So if you have any questions about any of that stuff, post them below. Of course, I talk way more about this. We have a huge pile of training materials built up now on the Patreon channel. If you want to invest in your knowledge of your systems and stuff, huge amount of value over there. So dig that. I'll leave the links to everything below, but just a heads up, guys. All right. You take care and don't kick the can down the road forever. That's what they've been doing, and that's why we're here. Don't put your own family in the same boat that the government put you in, right? All right. So I got to say, Rex out.